The true story of Achalugo. Achalugo was one of the prides of Abo village, as beautiful as the morning sun. But beauty does not fill an empty stomach. She lived with her mother in a small dusty hut, struggling to survive each day. Their meals were scarce, their clothes old, and their lives filled with hardship. One evening, as Achalugo sat beside her mother, she sighed deeply. "Mama, I don't want to suffer like this forever. I want to be rich. I want to wear fine clothes and eat like the city people." Her mother, a wise old woman, shook her head. "My daughter, riches are not always equivalent to happiness. Be careful what you wish for." But Achalugo was not listening. She dreamed of a life beyond the dusty path of Abo village. And soon, fate presented an opportunity. One day, a wealthy trader, Chief Odogu, arrived in the village. He was a man of great influence, known for his lavish lifestyle. When he saw Achalugo, he was immediately charmed by her beauty. "My dear, a beauty like you should not waste away in this village," he told her. "Come with me, I'll make you a queen." Achalugo hesitated, but the vision of a luxurious life clouded her judgment. She turned her back on her mother's warning, and before the suitor could even finish his sentence, Achalugo said yes to him. The marriage preparations started immediately. Her mother was not comfortable with the whole arrangement, but Achalugo had already told her that even without her blessings, she was ready to run away with the wealthy chief and live the life she had always wanted. Soon, the traditional rites were concluded, and Achalugo left the village of Abo with Chief Odogun. Do you think Achalugo would get the happiness and wealth she desired? Let's find out as the story continues. But please, my dear, click the like button and also subscribe to encourage this channel. Thanks. Now, back to the story. In the city, Achalugo was transformed. She wore expensive clothes, dined in the finest restaurants, and attended grand parties. The mansion she lived in was beyond her wildest dream. Every morning, she woke up to the servants attending to her needs. She felt like a true queen. "This is the life I deserve," she told herself, basking in her new reality. But paradise had its cracks. Chief Odogun, the man who had promised her the world, soon grew distant. He started bringing other women into the house, treating her like just another ornament in his grand collection. Chief Odogu treated her more like a servant than a wife. He never attended to her needs and beat her at the slightest provocation. Most times, he would instruct his maids not to serve her food. And over time, Achalugo looked like a ghost of herself. "Odogu, why are you doing this to me?" she confronted him one evening. He laughed, a cruel sound that echoed in the large room. "Did you think you were the only one? If you don't like it, leave." Achalugo's world crumbled. She had no money of her own. Everything she had was given to her by Chief Odogun. When he finally threw her out, she had nowhere to go. Desperate, she turned to the friends she had met in the city but they all shut their doors against her. Achalugo, please, we don't associate with beggars, one of them said before slamming the door in her face. Tears streamed down her face as she wandered the streets. The city that had once dazzled her now felt cold and unforgiving. With no other choice, she made her way back to Abo village, the same dusty path she had once been so eager to leave. When she finally arrived at her mother's hut, she hesitated before knocking. The door opened slowly, and there stood her mother, aged and frail, but still filled with love. Achalugo, is this you? Her mother's voice trembled. Achalugo fell to her knees, sobbing. Mama, I was blind. I lost everything. Her mother sighed, pulling her daughter into a warm embrace. My child, you left in a search of gold, but returned with dust. Sit, eat, and rest, please. As Achalugo wept in her mother's arms, the weight of her choices bore down on her. The city had given her riches, but it had also taken away her dignity. And so, she learned the hard way. Wealth without wisdom is like rain on a sandy soil. It disappears before you could hold it. The story of Achalugo spread across the village of Abo and beyond, and mothers used it to teach their daughters the dangers of greed and the fleeting nature of wealth without wisdom. Achalugo spent the rest of her days in humility, helping her mother and teaching younger maidens the lessons she had learned the hard way. And so the elders say, a bird that forgets its nest will always return in shame. If you were in Achalugo's position, would you have chosen to marry because of poverty? Also, what lesson can young people learn from Achalugo's story about the pursuit of wealth and happiness? Do leave us your comments in the comment section, and please share this story with your loved ones. Nice having you here. Do you know that in the Bayankole tribe of Uganda, there is a bizarre marriage tradition where an aunt plays a very hands-on role in ensuring the bride is ready for marriage? Traditionally, before the wedding night, the bride's aunt had to test the groom's potency and also counsel the bride on what to expect. In some cases, the aunt would even be required to witness the couple's first night together to confirm that the marriage was consummated properly. Though modern times have seen this practice fade, it remains one of the strangest African marriage customs ever recorded.
Thanks for watching. Love from the classic stories.